Boxing fans around the world, thank you for joining me once again here on Talking Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. And let's get started with boxing from around the world. Start off with Matchroom signing IBF champ Subriel Matias. Just last week we were talking about it, and here is in the headlines again. IBF junior welterweight champ Subriel Matias, 20-1, 20 knockouts, has signed a multi-fight co-promotional deal with Matchroom Boxing and Fresh Productions. Matias is now eyeing a summer defense in his native Puerto Rico. He said, "I'm very excited about this deal with Matchroom. I can't wait to show DAZN, Matchroom, all the big names out there and the world why this deal was made, because I'm the best 140-pounder on the planet. And I will show this in front of my people, which makes me immensely happy. And I promise to keep working hard to give the fans what they're looking for. This is all-out wars until one of the two opponents breaks up. I do not run. It is not my fighting style, and this is not in my DNA. This will not change now in any way. Whoever they put in front of me, I will destroy." There you go. Some fighting words out of Subriel Matias. Let's have a quick look at, remember that deal with Premier Boxing and Amazon? Okay, here we go. 2 showdowns featuring a rising star in his toughest date to date and a flyweight world champion against an undefeated contender will highlight the first PBC on Prime Video show on March 30th from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The 2 matchups will be available via free access to all fans, regardless of Prime membership or purchase of the PBV card. The live streaming presentation will feature rising middleweight Elijah Garcia, 16-0, taking on Kyrone Davis, 18-3-1, in a 10-round attraction, and will also have WBC flyweight champ Julio César Martínez, 20-2, 15 knockouts, by the way, defending his world title against unbeaten Angelino Cordova, 18-1, 12 knockouts. These bouts will lead into the inaugural 4-fight pay-per-view available via PBC on Prime Video and topped by WBO junior middleweight champ Tim Sayu against 2-time former champ Keith one-time Thurman in a non-title affair. Plus, WBA super lightweight champ Rolando Rolly Romero against Isaac Pitbull Cruz in the co-main event. And many people are wondering how many pay-per-views that will attract. Anyway, out of Philippines, we see WBO number 1, IBF number 5, bantamweight and former WBC WBA interim champ Reymart Gaballo, 27-1, 22 knockouts, needed just 32 seconds to demolish former WBA interim minimum weight champ Five Harab. He's now 35-4. On Tuesday night at the Midas Hotel and Casino in Pasay, Philippines. A left of the body combination finish for Rob Gaballo, whose only loss was to future Hall of Famer Nanito Donaire in 2021, is now the mandatory challenger for the current WBO bantamweight king for Jason Maloney. Very good. Remember I mentioned Canelo Alvarez would be fighting soon in May, Cinco de Mayo? Well, we were expecting an announcement, and we never got one. So we still have to wonder who he'll be fighting, but he is fighting May 4th in Las Vegas. He hasn't named an opponent, but revealed that he will be facing an American. So from the several candidates I listed yesterday, and we see Jamal Charlo is top on that list. Terrence Crawford's on there. David Benavidez, possibly. But Charlo is considered the most likely. Said Canelo, I will always try to fight in May and September, the Mexican dates. I always like to look for those dates. We're fine-tuning some details for the May fight, but it's going to be an interesting fight, as I always like, for the people. All right. Upcoming. Oh, yes. I was going to mention some upcoming fights. DAZN presents former world champion Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr., 33-4-1 in a 10-round super lightweight clash against Jesus Perez, 24-5 at the Commerce Casino. The next night, we're going to see ESPN has WBC super featherweight champ O'Shaquie Foster, 21-2, defending against Abraham Nova, 23-1, in the theater at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Their fights upcoming. DAZN counters with IBF light flyweight champ Adrian Curiel, 24-4-1, against the man he dethroned back in November, Sivanathi, the special one, Nonchiga, 12-1 at the Auditorium Guadalajara in Oaxaca, Mexico. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Spanish isn't my first tongue. All right. And former featherweight champ Mauricio Lara, 26-3-1, meets Daniel Lugo, 27-2. Also, Pro Box has a rare Friday stream headlined by bantamweight Israel Rodriguez. Picaza is 3-5 against Ramon Cadenas, 23-1, from the White Sands Event Center in Plant City, Florida. More to come out of Nicaragua. A clash between world-ranked junior flyweight contender kicks off an all-star boxing first show of 2024 on March 8th from Faro's Casino in Managua, Nicaragua. Panamanian WBO number 7, WBA number 8, WBC number 8. Azael Villar, 22-4, 15 knockouts, faces undefeated WBC number 5, WB number 7, WBO number 12, Yario Noriega, 13-0, 3 knockouts out of Villarreal, Spain, in a 12-round main event. That show, by the way, will be televised on ESPN Plus and ESPN Knockout. We are ready to kick off the new year with a bang, stated Tuto Zabala Jr., president of All-Star Boxing. In the main event, we have a high-stakes clash on neutral ground. The winner will be in a good position to end up as a mandatory contender for any of the 3 organizations. All righty, take him at his word. We're also looking forward to seeing Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall go toe-to-toe. Former undisputed super lightweight champ Josh Taylor reportedly has a fight date set for his return bout against a longtime rival. According to John Evans of Boxing Scene, Taylor will meet Jack Catterall in a rematch of their 2022 title fight on April 27th at the First Direct Arena in Leeds, England. Evans noted that sources indicated Catterall has signed his end of the deal and that Taylor's signature is the only thing holding up an official announcement. Taylor is 19-1, 13 knockouts, and Catterall is 28-1, 13 knockouts. They've been engaged in a bitter rivalry since, well, it's an understatement, engaged in a bitter rivalry since their first meeting in February 2022. Many believe that Catterall outboxed Taylor and should have won after scoring a knockdown in the 8th round, but Taylor was handed a controversial split decision victory. Phil J., by the way, out of World Boxing News, called the decision the biggest robbery in British boxing history. Wow. Since then, the two of them gone back and forth, as Taylor said. In the immediate aftermath, he felt there was no need for a rematch. Catterall understandably felt like he was robbed. Said Catterall, "Today, I should have been waking up with all the belts. Boxing, shame on you. Dreams stolen," he said on his Instagram account. Taylor subsequently was forced to relinquish his WBC, IBF, and WBA super lightweight belts due to pending mandatory orders. He then lost his WBO and the ring titles to Teofimo Lopez in a one-sided decision last June. Catterall has fought twice since losing to Taylor, earning back-to-back unanimous decision victories over Derafoli last May and Jorge Linares in October. So let's have a quick look at Teofimo Lopez. Speaking of Teofimo Lopez, he has apparently now been dropped out of the Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound top 10. And with his elimination, let me go through the top 10 pound-for-pound male fighters out there. Terence Crawford, number 1. Naoya Inoue, number 2. Number 3 is Alexander Usyk. Number 4 is Canelo Alvarez. Number 5 is Artur Beterbiev. Number 6 is Dmitry Bivol. Good to see those two going head-to-head shortly. Number 7, Devin Haney. Number 8, Errol Spence. Number 9, Gervonta Davis. And number 10, Jesse Bama Rodriguez. So there you have it, according to Ring Magazine, the top 10 men. Let's flip over to the women's side of things on a lighter note. I see, I don't know what you call these things anymore. They used to be called tweets, but now they're on X. So maybe they're X's? I don't know. X marks the spot. Here we go. Sandy Ryan posted, there will be a coach for her March 23rd fight against Terry Harper, leaving from the Neptune Pub. That's over in England. Time to be confirmed for departure closer to the date, she says on her X account. Text, call the number to book your seat now. So March 23rd, if you're going to be at the Neptune Pub, and if you feel like, why not? That's a great idea. I like that idea a lot, actually. I'm gonna like that. Put my little heart there. There you go. Good post, Sandy Ryan. All right. Thanks for joining me here on Talking Fight. I appreciate it very much. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for me. And we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, for more boxing news from around the world. Thank you.